Sorry about that. My son climbed over a wall of snow into a little toy house thing and face planted on some ice. But he's okay. So, in short, when we're saying we don't want to be political, I get we don't want to mix ourselves with the world's politics. But we need to be involved for accountability. And so, get political. Tell them, hey, I'm here as a Christian. I'm here as a Jew. I'm here as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I know what my end goal is. What's your end goal? Because I can tell you, most people's end goals is to destroy the liberty of others. It's to just take it away by increments. Slowly, our entire nation, all of us, we're being put on probation. We're being put on supervision by a very corrupt entity. Now, we've seen what that looks like everywhere else. I had a guy, so I taught life skills and substance abuse recovery and all that stuff. I taught these classes to people with mental health needs and disorders of various kinds, to help them basically acclimate into society. One guy, very smart kid, smokes way too much weed. Gosh, like, he smokes weed, that's too much. He was putting himself, he was self-prescribing himself recreational drugs because he thought it was making him better. And what it ends up doing is he kept putting, it didn't agree with him because of his other issues. And he ended up experiencing severe psychosis episodes. And he would do well whenever we got him clean. And then he would sneak and lie, not show up, for testing, and not show up to class. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I got him in a specific treatment group to really help him. And I think that they are helping him. There's at least more accountability there to keep him safe, because he was putting himself in extremely dangerous situations. The thing is every meeting we had, snowman. Yeah, you want to add more to the snowman? No. Well, snow. So he told me that in every meeting, how much our system was messed up, and I'm like, yeah, it's not perfect, but we're gonna try and improve it. You have some ideas? And he's like, yeah, we need to be socialists. We need to be communist. And I'm like, no. Yeah. There you go. And I'm like, hey, don't you receive Social Security every week? Or like every 2 weeks or every month? He's like, yeah. Like, you receive this much. Wow, that's more than a living wage. And you have a whole house to yourself, don't you? All paid off by your parents? Yeah. And you get food stamps, you get all that stuff? Yeah. And you don't work, you don't have a job, you have a car, and you have all the video games you could ever dream of. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, you're living the ideal socialist and communist style of life, except you don't work, which needs to happen somewhere. I mean, you are living the epitome of everything. You're living off of people's tax dollars. So what's missing? And he's like, he got pretty upset, but uh, I'm like, what do you want to be changed? You have it made in the shade, dude. It's like, yeah, but I gotta like check in with you every now and again, and I gotta get drug tested, and I gotta every now and again attend one of these like state issued like classes and seminars and stuff, and I just want to be left alone. And I'm like, dude, this is socialism. You wanted it, you're living it, you got it, dude. You think it's any better somewhere else? Like this is how socialist societies, communist societies function. They don't leave you alone. No, they want to know everything about you, and they want to say what you can and cannot do. And in fact, I think a socialist country would be a little bit more imposing than what we do now. And he's like, oh, whatever. But cool, dude. And so, I mean, I just wanted to point that last item out, is that there's people who are living that life, and they're still not happy. But there's people who are working their butts off. They're taking care of their families. There's struggle. There's resistance. But they are far more happier. I guarantee it's because of the Christ-like qualities that they obtain through this type of existence, this type of life, this world, the measure of light which we can receive and what is available to us. All the circumstances, everything is conditioned and made for our benefit and our understanding to obtain something higher. Equally proportionate for us to also give it all away and go lower. Yeah. Anyways, be involved. Care for each other. Love each other. What qualities, what Christ-like qualities are we missing? What can we do to obtain more of that character of Christ? What can we do to make things easier for one another? I'm told all the time by my wife, she married me because I took her out on our first date, and it took forever to get a date between us because she was already well into a career, and I worked nights as a program manager at a developmental facility. And so the time I finally get a date with this girl, I'm like, finally. And I end up, hey, can we stop? Can we stop over here? I just got a text. Somebody in the ward needs this. And she saw that I was willing to stop everything to go do something for someone that I home taught. And for her, that was the thing that made her go, oh yeah, I'm going to stick with this guy. She knew she wanted to marry me when I took her to Disneyland, proposed to her there. No, I didn't propose to her there. That's when she knew she wanted to marry me. To propose to her, we went to her family's home in Wellsville, special ordered a ring and a ornament box for Christmas, and had the ring placed in the ornament. I packaged it and sent it to her parents' house. We decided to go to her parents in Wellsville by Logan, Utah. And I was going to propose to her there. I was going to pull it off the tree and open it up in front of her, and her mom's going to take pictures. I never even asked. I just smiled at her and just opened it up, and she's like, what's going on? So I tried to do romantic things. Didn't work out. But the point is this develops the qualities, and this creates family. I got 4 great kids that make messes all the time, but they're great. Better than I was. This is what it's all about. It's families. We're all our Father in Heaven's children. Let's follow him. Let's listen to him. Let's not be... Sure, one last thing. One last thing, I swear. I'm sorry. I feel like too often we have people who, let's call this parable of crossing the street or something, that, like, my kids don't listen sometimes. I'll say, stop, 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 don't do that. And they'll just keep going and look at me like, I'm just gonna do it. And I'm trying to help them understand, like, dude, if you were crossing the street and I said stop, I would need you to stop or turn around. And so thinking about that, we have a car parked out on the street. And if I'm standing up on the porch and I see my kid crossing the street and I say, stop, a car is coming, he's gonna look over and see the parked car and go, gosh, Dad, you're stupid. It's parked, dumb, right? And I feel like this is the way our prophets are. This is the way we are with our kids. This is the way the prophet is. This is the way the Lord is with us. He's giving us warnings, telling us something's coming. Maybe we can't see it, we could hear it. But we have somebody who doesn't have that same vantage point, who is just like, I could do what I want. Why are you telling me what to do? You're so stupid. That is a car. I know the car you're talking about. It's parked right there. You weirdo. Or that car's so far away, it's not even gonna hit me. Do you know the speed? No. No, you have the older person. This is just the way the Lord works with us. This is the way priesthood leaders work with us. This is the way parents work with us. This is the way we work with each other. It could be neighbors doing that for each other. Let's listen to one another. We may not have authority to receive revelation for every little person. I get that. But it doesn't mean that you can't use your practicality and help anyone. We're here to serve one another. Not only serve the people that we are assigned to visit, teach, or home teach, or minister to. That is ridiculous. Most of our ministry is done in our day-to-day lives and our interactions with everybody. If we're not treating every single action like ministry, then we're not ministering. We got it in our heads, this weird thing that we have to, well, I minister to those people, these select people. It's like at church. They're saying, we had a state conference, and in the priesthood leadership meeting, they're saying, how do we get people more involved? Our youth. Our youth are not serving missions. They're not interested. They're not attending seminary. And I'm a ward mission leader. And I was a missionary out here. I know how complacent the people could be. I know just how slowly they expect things to happen. No, we got 30 years. No, we'll love him from afar for 30 years. We'll invite him. But we don't need to rush things. We don't need to do that. I mean, this is like right after Elder Holland, his son, Elder Holland, spoke to our stake and said, what's the first thing that Christ did when he came back and visited the people in the Americas? He set people aside, called his leaders, and told them to get out there and baptize. There was people there that they could have baptized. There's people there that they could have ministered to. There's people whose hearts were prepared, but maybe never participated in something. And so it bugs the crud out of me when they say, how are we going to get people involved? And then you get a speaker, and I know I'm being critical, but I mean, come on, hear me out. This is you get a speaker that stands up and says, well, yeah, you do. Well, we just need to talk to our kids more about it. We'll just remind them, and that's what we got to do. We got to minister. And I'm like, there you go, minister, because The Son can do nothing but what he seeth the Father do. And I can tell you right now, when Elder Holland asked, what do you think the Savior would say if he came to this people right here, right now? What do you think he would say? Me, I was like, thinking, is this all you've done? He's like, there's people here for you. Get to work. And then I hear these guys who kind of take things very slowly. Maybe they do everything perfect. But they're like, he would say, well done, good and faithful servant. It took everything in me to like not stand up and say, no, we wouldn't. Because that is immediately the thing I thought. I can't say that about other people here. I've seen people serve, but I also see the lack of, or the fear of inviting basic things. And then there's things that are happening that I don't even see. But no, in my mind, I'm thinking, no, the way we get our youth engaged in missionary work is we do it ourselves. We got to bear our testimonies in our homes. We got to do come follow me. We got to take them with us to go help serve people. And they're like, we could assign the youth to go serve these people. I'm like, no, you could take them with you to do this. You could do that. Don't assign the youth this. You can help them understand and recognize hey, don't throw anything over the fence. Yeah, don't do it. So, help them recognize that don't pull that out of the pile, bud. The value in having a greater relationship with your Father in heaven over, the next sports thing. Like, they don't need to be so overwhelmed with sports and things like that. They got enough. The important thing is get them in seminary. Do this at home. Help them understand that they can be forgiven of things. Help them understand their Father in heaven loves them. Help them understand what the scriptures say. Because too often I hear, whoa, don't swing that, don't swing that. You're going to hit your brother. Too often we see our loved ones not understand the scriptures. And because they don't understand the scriptures, it automatically must be false because they already know everything, right? Oh man, and it just hurts because I know it's harder to teach an old dog new tricks, but you teach them good, proper doctrine when they're young, that it leaves them at least more susceptible to understand the deeper things and to seek for these things on their own. Teach them how to seek for these things on their own by doing it with them when they're young. It just bugs me when I see people not involving their people in missionary work, and we get caught up in day-to-day life stuff. I get it. We get busy. But let's get busy doing the right things, because we only have a short amount of time to really get ourselves right, because we're going to have to take on a lot greater challenges in a very, very, very near future. Anyways, take care. I'm going to put all this wood back that my kids pulled out of our wood pile, so I don't have to clean it up later. All right, thanks guys. I hope somebody made it to the end. Sorry, this went very long. Just stuff I'm passionate about, not citing anything. So hopefully this was. Sorry you had to stare at my ugly mug. Why'd you hit me, dude?
I tried to.
Put it down. Put it down. So, all right. Obviously, my wife didn't marry me for my looks, but because of my service. So take care.